This is a Teensy 4.0 microcontroller and RevD audio shield. They're attached with some pin headers and running firmware that's a slightly modified version of MicroDexed. MicroDexed is the original Dext engine modified to run on the Teensy microcontroller with additional code to support an LCD display and rotary knobs for user input. As most of you might know, Dext is a software emulation of the original Yamaha DX7. MicroDexed was developed by Parasite Studio and released for use under the GPL3 license. MicroDexed allows up to 2 instances of the Dext sound engine, so there are effectively 2 DX7s running on this microcontroller. All of the sounds are stored on the microSD card in sysx files. Each sysx file contains 32 patches. So let's plug it in and see how it works. I built this board by reverse engineering the source code as there are no schematics from the developer. This board has the classic 5-pin MIDI DIN connector. However, MicroDexed does support MIDI over USB. My device is running a debug version of the firmware. This version will output debug information over USB when connected to a computer. On the screen, the top line shows the bank number and bank name. On the right are the 2 DX instances with the active instance highlighted. The lower line shows the patch number and patch name. There are brackets to indicate the currently active screen item, and you can change the active item by rotating the bottom rotary knob. You can scroll through the different sounds in this bank. You can select the other DX instance by clicking on the lower knob. Now you can see the second instance highlighted and the bank and patch information for the second instance. MicroDexed will automatically roll over into the next bank if you reach the beginning or the end of the sound bank. If you long click the bottom knob, it will change the active menu item. Now you can see the active menu item has changed to the bank name. If I rotate the knob now, it will scroll through the list of patch banks. The top knob is the master volume. Pressing the top knob will bring up the menu where you can modify the device settings. If you long press the top knob, it acts as a MIDI panic and stops playing all active notes. MicroDexed is a stereo device, so you can pan each instance in the stereo field. Each DX instance has up to 32 notes of polyphony. It responds to all common MIDI messages, including note on, pitch bend, mod wheel, aftertouch, foot control, breath control, as well as patch changes. It supports portamento like the original DX. You can't program MicroDX like the original DX7, but third-party programmers are supposed to work with MicroDexed over USB. I haven't confirmed that. MicroDexed comes with built-in effects like reverb and chorus, but I've disabled them in my version because I didn't like the way they sounded. So let's connect the MIDI keyboard and hear how it sounds.